Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're going to be taking a deep dive into something that's, well, it's both fascinating and a little unnerving, to be honest with you. Data security in the age of AI.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, exactly. Is always right. And a huge thanks to Stonefly for making this deep dive possible.
Absolutely.
They are the one-stop shop for keeping your valuable data safe and sound.
They've got
They
everything.
really do. Everything from enterprise cluster servers and storage
hmm
to hyper-converged backup, disaster recovery systems, even cloud solutions.
It's incredible. Basically, they're the guardians of the digital realm.
They are.
And it's a good thing they are,
Yeah,
because the threats are evolving faster than ever. We've got AI getting into the mix, and it's shaking things up in ways we're only just starting to grasp.
yeah. That's a perfect segue to the story I wanted to share. So imagine this. You're a YouTube creator.
Okay.
Maybe you've even got a decent following.
Yeah.
You're doing your thing. And one day you get an email.
Uh-huh. It's totally official, totally legit, saying YouTube's changing its monetization policies. Panic sets in.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Yeah.
For a lot of creators, YouTube is their livelihood, so
Yeah.
any change to how they earn money,
Yeah.
that's going to feel like a major threat.
Exactly. And to make it even more convincing, the email has a link to a private video featuring none other than YouTube's CEO, Neil Mohan himself, like announcing these supposed changes,
Wow.
right? Except there's a catch.
What's the catch?
It's not actually Neil Mohan.
It's no.
It's an AI-generated deepfake, so realistic it can fool even seasoned YouTubers.
Whoa. So it's like really, really good. Like it's not some janky, like fake.
Oh, no. This isn't some grainy, obvious fake. We're talking AI that can mimic voices, facial expressions, everything.
That's a little scary.
Yeah. And the email urges you to confirm your account details, to comply with these new policies or risk losing your channel. Talk about pressure. Oh, yeah. And that's the genius, albeit malicious, part of the scheme, right? They prey on that fear, that urgency to get people to click without thinking.
Exactly.
And the link, of course, takes you to a fake YouTube page.
Oh, of course.
That's like a perfect replica of the real deal, all set to steal your login info.
So it's a classic phishing scam,
Right.
but with a turbocharged AI twist.
Yeah.
And the worst part is, it's working. Tons of creators have fallen victim, ending up with hijacked accounts used for all sorts of shady stuff, like cryptocurrency scams. If it can happen to them, it can happen to anyone.
Yeah.
Makes you wonder, like, how can we even defend ourselves against this kind of tech?
That's the million-dollar question, and it's where companies like Stonefly, our sponsor for this deep dive, really come into play.
Yeah.
They're not just offering products, they're providing a shield against this new wave of cyber threats.
Okay, so let's talk about Stonefly. What's fascinating to me is that they were pioneers in the world of data security. They actually invented ISCSI,
That's right, yeah.
which, and correct me if I'm wrong, is a way to move data super fast and securely over the internet.
You got it. It was a game changer back in the day, and it laid the foundation for so much of what we rely on today for safe and efficient data transfer. It's like the plumbing that allows everything to flow smoothly and securely behind the scenes.
And Stonefly didn't just stop there.
No.
They've evolved their offerings to meet the ever-changing demands of the digital world.
It seems like they've thought of everything.
They have. They've got everything. Enterprise cluster servers, storage, hyper-converged backup, disaster recovery systems, even cloud solutions.
Wow.
It's like a one-stop shop for keeping your data safe and sound, no matter what challenges come your way.
It really is.
What really stands out to me is how Stonefly goes beyond just offering a bunch of products. They really seem to focus on tailoring solutions to individual businesses. They work with a bunch of different industries, understanding their specific needs and challenges when it comes to data security.
Yeah, and that's really important because cookie-cutter approaches just don't cut it in cybersecurity. You need a strategy that takes into account the unique vulnerabilities and requirements of your specific business or organization.
Right.
Stonefly gets that, which is why they're so effective.
Yeah, it's like having a data security expert in your corner helping you build a fortress around your most valuable assets.
Exactly.
And that brings us back to those AI-powered phishing attacks.
Right.
If a company fell victim to one of those, it could be disastrous.
Yeah,
We're talking data breaches, system lockdowns, maybe even a PR nightmare.
absolutely. But this is where Stonefly's solutions, particularly things like air-gapped backups and immutable storage, become absolutely critical. They act as a final line of defense, even in the face of the most sophisticated attacks.
Okay, so for those of us who aren't tech wizards, can you break down those terms for us?
Okay.
What exactly do air-gapped and immutable mean in the context of data security?
Sure.
And how do they protect against something like this, like AI-fueled phishing attack?
Think of an air-gapped backup as like a digital safe deposit box for your data.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so it's physically isolated from your main network. So even if hackers breach your system, they can't access it. It's like having an extra copy of your crown jewels stashed away in a vault that's completely offline.
Hmm.
No internet connection, no way for hackers to get in.
So even if they manage to infiltrate your main system, they hit a wall when they try to get to the backups.
Precisely. And then you have immutability,
Okay.
which adds another layer of protection. Immutable backups mean that the data can't be changed or deleted, even by someone with admin access. So if ransomware gets into your system and tries to encrypt your files or even delete them, it can't touch those immutable backups.
Wow, that's reassuring.
Hmm.
It's like having a shield that deflects those attacks before they can do any real damage.
Right?
So in a way, it's like Stonefly is using technology to fight back against the potential downsides of AI, right?
Absolutely. And what's fascinating here is how those air-gapped and immutable backups actually leverage some AI themselves to create even more robust defenses.
Yeah.
It's AI fighting AI in a sense.
That's a wild thought. It's like a digital arms race where both sides are constantly trying to outsmart each other.
Exactly. And Stonefly is right there on the front lines,
Yeah.
constantly innovating and adapting to stay one step ahead of the bad guys. They're committed to making sure that even in the face of AI-powered threats, businesses can keep their data safe and accessible.
So if I'm hearing you right, even though AI can be used for some pretty scary stuff, it can also be a powerful force for good in the world of data security.
100%. It's all about how we harness its power and use it responsibly.
That's a really interesting point. And it makes me wonder, if AI can be used to create scams as convincing as this one targeting YouTubers, what else is it capable of? What other implications does it hold for the future of cybersecurity? We'll dive more into that and more about what Stonefly is doing to help businesses stay ahead of the curve after a quick word from our sponsor.
Welcome back to our deep dive into AI and data security. Before we left off, we were discussing that double-edged sword of AI and how it's being used for both good and bad in the cybersecurity world.
Yeah, it's really mind-blowing to think about how AI is changing the game, you know.
Yeah,
On one hand, you've got these incredibly sophisticated phishing scams using deepfakes.
right.
And on the other hand, you have companies like Stonefly using AI to build even stronger defenses.
It really is. It's like we're living in a sci-fi movie, but it's real life.
Right.
And the stakes are incredibly high. I mean, data is the lifeblood of modern businesses.
They do.
Protecting it is. It's more crucial than ever.
Speaking of Stonefly, I'm really impressed with the range of solutions they offer. Earlier, we touched on their enterprise cluster servers, storage options, hyper-converged backup, and cloud solutions. Can you break those down for us a bit more? What exactly do these things do, and how do they all work together to create this comprehensive data security ecosystem?
Yeah, it's like building a fortress around your data, you know,
Yeah.
with multiple layers of protection. You start with a strong foundation, which is where their enterprise cluster servers come in.
Okay.
Think of these as the powerful engines that drive your entire IT infrastructure.
Yeah.
They provide high-performance computing and storage capabilities, making sure everything runs smoothly and efficiently.
So they're like the brains of the operation,
Yeah, exactly.
keeping everything humming along.
But you also need a safe place to store all that valuable data, which is where Stonefly's storage solutions come into play. They offer a range of options, from traditional hard drives to lightning-fast flash storage. And they cater to different needs, whether you're dealing with massive files or need to access information quickly.
Like having a custom-built vault, like with different compartments for different types of treasures.
That's a great analogy.
I like that.
And then you have their hyper-converged backup solution, which is like having a Swiss Army knife for data protection. It combines servers, storage, and virtualization into a single, streamlined platform.
Yeah.
This simplifies data management for IT teams and makes it super easy to scale your infrastructure as your business grows.
So it's not just about protecting data, but also making life easier for the people who manage it. Efficiency and security all rolled into one.
Precisely. And we can't forget about the cloud, right? Stonefly offers a suite of cloud solutions, including backup, disaster recovery, and even cloud-based storage gateways. In this day and age, having a secure and reliable cloud backup is non-negotiable.
It really is.
It's like having an insurance policy for your data, ensuring business continuity no matter what happens.
Yeah, it's like having a digital safety net. So even if something goes wrong,
Yeah.
you're protected.
Exactly. And Stonefly offers different cloud solutions tailored to specific needs, whether you're looking for a, simple backup or a full-fledged disaster recovery plan. What's really remarkable is that Stonefly doesn't just throw these solutions at you and say, good luck.
Right. Yeah.
They work closely with businesses to understand their unique challenges and tailor the solutions accordingly. It's like having a personal data security consultant on your team.
Yeah, that's a huge plus.
Oh.
It's not just about buying a product. It's about getting expert guidance to make sure you're implementing the right solutions in the right way.
Absolutely. And they go even further by catering to specific industries. They understand that a healthcare organization has different needs than a media company or a government agency. They take into account industry regulations, compliance requirements, and specific security concerns.
It's like they've done their homework, and they're ready to tackle the unique challenges of each sector. They're not just selling a one-size-fits-all approach.
You got it. That level of customization and expertise is what sets Stonefly apart. They're not just a tech company, they're a partner invested in helping businesses thrive in the digital world without constantly worrying about data threats.
Okay, so we've talked a lot about Stonefly and their solutions, but let's zoom out a bit and talk about the bigger picture. How is AI changing the cybersecurity landscape as a whole? What are some of the trends you're seeing? And what should businesses be aware of as we move forward?
That's a great question. We've already touched on how attackers are using AI to create more sophisticated attacks, like those deep fake phishing scams. But that's just the tip of the iceberg, really. AI is also being used to automate attacks, making them faster, more widespread, and harder to defend against.
It's almost like a digital arms race, with the bad guys constantly finding new ways to exploit technology.
Exactly. But the good news is that the good guys are also using AI to fight back. AI-powered security tools are becoming increasingly sophisticated, able to analyze massive amounts of data in real time to detect threats that traditional methods might miss.
So it's like having an army of digital detectives constantly patrolling your network, searching for any signs of trouble.
That's a great way to put it.
Yeah.
AI can spot patterns and anomalies that would be impossible for humans to detect, allowing security teams to respond much faster and more effectively to potential threats.
So in a sense, AI is leveling the playing field, giving cybersecurity professionals a fighting chance against these increasingly sophisticated attacks.
Absolutely. AI is also being used to predict future attacks. By analyzing past incidents and identifying patterns, AI algorithms can anticipate what the bad guys might try next, allowing businesses to proactively strengthen their defenses.
Whoa, that's incredible. It's like having a crystal ball that can foresee potential threats and help you prepare for them.
Exactly. But even with all these advancements in AI-powered security, there's one crucial element that we can't forget about: the human factor.
Right. Technology can only take us so far. At the end of the day, it's up to us to be, smart and vigilant online.
Absolutely. No matter how sophisticated our security tools become, human awareness and education remain critical. We need to be mindful of what we share online, cautious about the links we click, and skeptical of any unsolicited messages that seem too good to be true.
So it's not just about having the right technology. It's about using it wisely and being aware of the potential risks.
Exactly. We all have a role to play in this digital age. The more informed we are about the threats and the more cautious we are in our online behavior, the stronger our collective defenses will be. And that brings us to another critical point. Cybersecurity is a shared responsibility.
What do you mean by that?
Well, we tend to think of cybersecurity as a problem for big companies and governments to solve.
Uh,
But the truth is, every individual plays a part. We all need to be aware of the risks, educate ourselves on best practices, and take steps to protect our own data and devices.
so it's not just about relying on companies like Stonefly to protect us. It's about taking ownership of our own digital safety.
Exactly. Think of it this way. Stonefly provides the tools and the expertise, but it's up to each of us to use those tools wisely and make smart choices online. Together, we can create a more secure digital world.
I love that. It's about empowering individuals to take control of their own digital destinies.
That's a great way to put it. And it's what makes this conversation so important. The more we understand about the threats and the solutions, the better equipped we are to navigate the digital world safely and confidently.
Well said. And speaking of navigating the digital world safely, we'll be back after a quick break to wrap up our deep dive and explore some final thoughts on the future of AI, data security, and what it all means for us. Don't go away. And we're back for the final leg of our deep dive into AI and data security. It's been a whirlwind tour of cutting-edge tech, evolving threats, and the crucial role that companies like Stonefly play in keeping our digital lives, safe and sound.
Yeah, it's a lot to take in, but I think the key takeaway here is that we're at a pivotal moment in the evolution of cybersecurity. The line between the digital and physical worlds is blurring, and AI is right at the center of it all.
Yeah, it's both exhilarating and a little bit scary, right? It
Yeah.
feels like we're on the cusp of something huge, but we're not quite sure what it all means yet.
Exactly. Yeah, there's this incredible potential for good, using AI to build stronger defenses, predict threats, and make our digital lives safer. But there's also the potential for misuse, as we've seen with those AI-generated phishing attacks.
Right.
We've got to be cautious and aware of both sides of the coin.
So it's not just about embracing the cool new tech, but also understanding the risks and taking steps to mitigate them.
Precisely, yeah. It's about finding that balance between innovation and responsibility.
And that's where companies like Stonefly come in. They're not just riding the wave of technological advancement, they're building the safeguards that allow us to ride it safely.
Yeah, they're like the architects of the digital world, creating the structures that keep our data secure and accessible, even as the landscape shifts around us.
And they're doing it in a way that's tailored to individual needs, recognizing that there's no one-size-fits-all solution in the world of cybersecurity.
Yeah, they're taking into account the unique challenges of different industries, the ever-changing threat landscape, and the human element that's so crucial to effective cybersecurity.
So they're not just building fortresses, they're empowering people to be the guardians of their own digital domains.
Exactly, and that's what makes me optimistic about the future. Yes, AI presents challenges, but it also gives us the tools to build a more secure and resilient digital world.
It's like we're being given this incredible power, but it comes with a responsibility to use it wisely.
I couldn't have said it better myself. And that's what I hope listeners take away from this deep dive, a sense of awareness, empowerment, and maybe even a little bit of excitement about the future of AI and data security.
It's not about being afraid of the unknown, but being prepared for it. And having partners like Stonefly in our corner makes facing those unknowns a whole lot easier.
Absolutely. So as we wrap up, I encourage everyone to stay curious, stay informed, and stay vigilant in this ever-evolving digital world.
Well said. And a huge thank you to Stonefly for making this deep dive possible. If you're interested in learning more about how Stonefly can help protect your valuable data, check them out online. You won't regret it. And thanks everyone for listening and tuning into this deep dive. We'll catch you next time.